financial times are difficult and challenging, this is a time when arts and culture really comes to the fore.
People in this country value what we're doing and want more of what they've been seeing. And that's incredibly encouraging. And it's finding the best way in the circumstances to carry on doing that.
We're looking for those fantastic organisations and individuals who can rise to that challenge and produce fantastic work.
Déda Producing was set up in 2009. The economic climate was changing, and we wanted to be the masters of our own destiny in a way. We saw an opportunity to create a company that could be independent, that could be fleet of foot and look for opportunities to generate income through creative projects.
Arts and culture are in a strong place at the moment, but obviously in difficult times. We had a wonderful 2011 building up to the glories of 2012, and audiences responded to that magnificently. Funders took the opportunity, the media responded. We had images going right the way across the UK, right the way across the globe of how strong, exciting arts and culture is in the UK.
So I think on the back of all that, there is an expectation that we can make work that the audiences will engage with, feel challenged by and support. So I think there's a real opportunity now for Déda Producing to work with partners. It could be local authorities, the Arts Council, commercial business, to communicate to audiences culture and projects in a new and exciting way. We think of it as a place, as a way of bringing people and resources together. Déda Producing looks at creative projects and will tailor itself, morph itself into a company that can realise these projects. That's the beauty of Déda Producing. It can be for the outdoors, the indoors, it could be visual art, it can be performing art. It can move very quickly and effectively.
Déda Producing has produced two large-scale shows, Games Time and Elemental Force, and they have two distinctive things. They work to create a framework around the show which allows people to engage with the show beforehand. So Games Time had a whole online gaming aspect to it. It engaged a whole lot of voluntary performers and creators of the show, so that around the moment of the spectacle were weeks and months of the opportunity to engage and to play with the notion of Games Time before the actual show. It greatly enriches the whole experience.
Games Time was a really interesting example of a cultural Olympiad project which was fantastically successful. It brought together many partners, brought together a number of different funders, attracted audiences in their tens of thousands, and in a really innovative way merged great art, high art you could say in some parts of it, with full community engagement. So all elements of the community took part, people of all ages, all different backgrounds, had a fantastically good time together, but also produced something that they were really proud of and audiences really loved. So it was a fantastic project to be involved with.
When I make large-scale community projects, it's always of the utmost importance to me that the actual product itself at the end is of very high quality. I don't think we should patronise community or the audience by delivering anything less. The participants also by asking them to participate in something that is at a professional, so-called professional level. It means that the experience is so much richer and new for them.
And you're going to walk on, this is the front, you're going to walk across the front of the stage.
Being involved in Games Time is a legacy to an individual. It's an experience of being involved in working with world-class artists. And I also think that there's that sense of really having a deep understanding of what teamwork really is about.
The Elemental Force was an exciting project to work on. It was a cultural tourism project where we wanted people to experience fantastic arts events, but we wanted again to have big audiences.
And cultural tourism in this country is growing. I think there's a recognition that the arts and culture can play a real part in the tourist offer, where you've got tourist boards and destination management organisations trying to get people and visitors to stay longer and to spend more. The traditional attractions can be bolstered and added to by bringing in arts events. The work we did on that project was looking at iconic locations within the East Midlands, from Chatsworth to Nottingham Castle to the Silk Mill, Newark Castle, and finding out what the story was about that place.
It's not just people in arts organisations telling audiences this is what you're going to have. It's much more, what are the stories you're telling yourselves? What are the stories that we can share in reflecting back to you? So it's as much listening and talking.
I mean, we bring in researchers to work with the local people to find out what the story of that place is and then build the product around that. And that could be a digital animation or a performance.
The project was a fantastic success, again in attracting so many people to come to historic places across the East Midlands. But we were working with partners again because the project was all about trying to demonstrate how art and culture can drive economic regeneration.
We love doing new things, we love doing different things, we're always trying to do those ourselves. People come along with even better ideas than we can think of, that's great.
It's totally refreshing to be involved with new thinking, new working, and it's made it an even more special event as far as I'm concerned.
I think that work in the outdoors in particular, we can transform places that people walk past every day and get people excited by using fire, water, performance, lighting, projection. In Derby, Derby Festi has now been running since 2007. We, the partners in the city, and Déda wanted to create an event that celebrated the arts and culture. So we did that, and we worked with some international artists. We brought them into the city, and it's been running ever since. So this festival has grown, this outdoor festival, that now is attracting national and even international attention. And Déda Producing is just really keen to carry on that and look at other cities and how that model might be rolled out as well. So one of the beauties about taking work outdoors is there are no barriers. You go along and you see it, you enjoy it, you can introduce your kids to cultural events and whet their appetite, and that may be their first cultural experience that fires their imagination and they want more. I think it's very important that people get professional development opportunities, and Déda Producing works closely with its partners to make sure that artists, production people, producers can get the training and the development opportunities that they need for our industry to move forward.
The contribution of first-class arts organisations is that they make the great art happen. Without them, it might happen in a piecemeal way here and there, but one needs an infrastructure of organisations to create the conditions for fantastic arts and culture to happen. To do that, they require funding, but they also require artistic integrity, great ability, and the knowledge of how to engage with audiences.
I think the drive behind Déda Producing is an ambition to be excellent and exciting and accessible and diverse. I want as many people as possible to see the projects that we work on, and by making them exciting and ambitious and excellent, I think that what we create is unique and relevant to everyone. My personal feeling is that great art is sometimes created through adversity, through tough times, and when things get tight, people start thinking more creatively. I think Déda Producing was born out of that.
We have to really make the case for arts and culture. It's not just a nice to have, it's an absolutely essential ingredient of a healthy society. Arts makes money, but it also makes a society and makes people's lives more meaningful. So there couldn't be a more important time for arts and culture to thrive.